Hi there and welcome to the McFreedom video series. I am so delighted for you that you've taken the decision to be here because it's that first step towards your time and financial freedom, to replacing yourself within your business. Before we get into the meat of the video, can I first say a big thank you to you for downloading and reading the McFreedom report. I'm guessing it must have struck a chord as you're here watching this video. And I do hope that you left me your feedback. It's always great to get feedback for something that you feel really passionate about. So if you haven't already left a comment in the box below, please do so. I really appreciate it. In this video, I want us to take that first important step down the road to your goal of freedom. It's a step that's absolutely fundamental to the success of everything else that follows. I want you to define what freedom means to you. I want you to explore what you really want out of your business and out of your life, to get really clear about what success looks like to you. To understand why being really clear about the answers to these questions is so vital to you achieving that success and that freedom. Now, a dictionary tells us that success is the accomplishment of an aim or a purpose. And it's that word purpose that's key. It's what I really want to focus in on. Success is all about your purpose, your reason for doing something, your why. If you haven't already read it, I highly recommend a book called Start With Why by Simon Sinek. What it says in a nutshell is that when you have a big enough why, a big enough purpose or reason for doing something, you will be successful. At the end of the day, we all want success. It's just that most of us never stop to think about what it really looks like to us. You've heard the saying a million times, maybe even 1,000,001. If you don't know where you're going, you'll end up someplace else. And it's true. Way too many of us don't take any real time out to think, to plan, to work out where we're going and plot our course. And if you don't know what you want or why you want it, then setting up systems, the how you're going to get there bit, will be a complete waste of time, because your new systems will simply speed up the process of you getting to that someplace else. Systems exist to get you from A to B by the most straightforward and logical route. But what if B isn't where you want to be headed? I bet it's rare that you get in your car with no idea where you're going. Actually, my mum and dad used to do that quite a lot. They'd get in the car and say, let's go and get lost, and then head off down roads they didn't know to find places they'd never been to before. But I'm guessing that when you get in your car, you know exactly where you're going. You know the route you're going to take and how long it's going to take you to get there, with and without traffic jams. And that's what you should want for your business, that degree of certainty, that level of clarity about where you're going and what you want it to look and feel like when you get there. Now, the truth is, you have to know where you're headed before you can plot the course to take you there. It's common sense. So here's my question. What does success look like to you? When your friends and family are standing over your grave or holding your little urn in their hands, what do you want them to be saying about you? The chances are it won't be anything to do with how much money you made or how big your business was. Successful life, as we all know, is way more than just a successful business or career. And yet, sometimes we chase business success at the cost of everything else. You see it all the time. We get it into our heads, partly because some of the current gurus tell us this, that to be a proper business person, we have to have a big business with huge revenues. We have to be up at the crack of sparrows and still going with the owls. That we have to be prepared to make huge sacrifices in our personal life, to be a successful business owner? We get so bogged down in other people's view of success, overwhelmed with other people's priorities, chasing other people's goals. So back to my question, what does success look like to you? Think about it seriously, because knowing what success looks like to you is pretty fundamental to achieving it. I am sure you would agree with that. What does success look like to you? What would have to be in place? What would you be doing? Who would you be with? Where would you be for you to consider your life to be a success? Break it right down. Think about your business. How would it be running, online or offline? How much would you be making in profit every year? How many days a week would you be working? Do you really want that £1 million business? Maybe you do. Maybe you want a £10 million business. Or maybe a 5 or 6 figure business would suit you just fine and will give you the time and the financial freedom that you're looking for. And maybe time is what you're after. Time with your kids, time with your parents while you still have them. Time seeing the world with your other half. What sort of relationships would you have with your children, with your other half, with your friends? What would you want them to be saying and thinking about you? And don't forget your health, because we can't do much of anything without our health. But would you see yourself as 2 stone lighter, or running a marathon, or maybe just fit enough to do everything you want to do? Think of those things that are really important to you, the things that you'd want to be remembered for, the things that would say to you that your life was a success. And why am I asking you to do all of this thinking? What on earth has this got to do with systems or McFreedom? I hear you cry. Well, it's because when you're really clear about what success looks like to you, then you know with absolute certainty what your priorities are and what you should be planning for. You won't just know what you should be doing every day, but also why you're doing it. You'll know whether redundancy, replacing yourself in your business, is really what you want. Or whether you want to systemize because you want to grow your business and maybe to franchise it like McDonald's. So take time over the next couple of days to understand what you want and why you want it. And then in the next video, we'll look at the how you're going to get there. I'm going to share with you the Bright 7 roadmap, which is built around the 4 cornerstones of McDonald's model for success. Think about what I've shared with you today, and please do leave a comment or any questions you might have in the box below, and I will respond to them personally. Thanks again for being here, and I look forward to seeing you in video number 2.